Alright. Are we live? Yes, we are. Alright. Alright, good evening, folks. This is Raz. We're doing a live severe coverage here live from the SWIC BVL office here in Springfield, Missouri. We have 2 active tornado warnings in our viewing area right now in the southwest Missouri zone, or in the southwest, in our southwest Missouri counties here. So all of SGF is what we cover. So we have 2 separate tornado warnings. Let's start with the northern one real quick. And as you can see, we got a tornado warning storm up here that does include, let me just pull the text up real quick. We got northeastern Dallas County, Laclede, or actually northeastern Dallas County, northwestern Laclede, and southwestern Camden counties until 11:45 p.m. So, and you can see this is just a comma head feature trying to develop on this northern end of this storm right here. And you can definitely see that this is, you can definitely see there's some evidence of rotation right in this general area. If I just quickly circle this area, there's our rotation right there. That's going to be where our possible tornado is going to be at. Now this is going to be radar indicated right now, and we don't have any active, or we don't have a confirmation of a tornado with that storm just yet. So we're going to go back down to the south, and I will say there is something trying to develop here on the northeastern fringe of Webster County, heading into northeast or northwestern Wright County. So places like Grove Spring. This is going to be to the east of Bracken and the Johnston Ford communities. So if you're in the Grove Spring community, I would definitely keep bears watching. And you can definitely tell right in this general area right here, we have a tornado, or we have a possible signature trying to develop right there. And definitely keep bears watching. There's not a warning with that as of this time. But yeah, there is nothing there. There's no warning with that, so we're going to drop down to the south. And now this one looks much more impressive. We have a really good, impressive signature on this. Not only that, we got a tornado threat with this. We also have We also have large hail up to the size of ping pong ball size hail with this storm right here. And if we quickly zoom in a little bit tight on this, and you can see on the left we got reflectivity, and then on the right we got the velocity signature right here. And excuse me, give me a second. And so, if we kind of circle, this is going to be where our rotation is going to be right here. As you can see, it's still there. There's our latest scan. Rotation is still somewhat there. And you can see it's pretty much on top of Hercules on the north side of Fairview. This is going to be for west or east central Taney counties and west central Ozark counties. Now, this warning expires until 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And again, ping pong ball size hail and the tornado threat is imminent with this storm. Now, there is not a confirmation with a tornado on the ground with this storm, but this storm looks to be much more impressive, and I would not be shocked at all to see a tornado confirmed on the ground with this. And sadly, hold on. Just give me a second. If I can just quickly advertise real quick. I got tagged somewhere. I don't know where I got tagged in, but I got tagged in somewhere. User advertising. Let's just do this. I'm just quickly advertising the stream real quick, and I do apologize. I'm just gonna do this very quickly here. Let's see. Antonio's server, sorry. Where is it? Come on, where is it? There it is. Again, we have 2 active tornado warnings in our viewing area right now. And still tracking these tornado warning storms at this time. Now, I will say there is something trying to develop here. Again, like I said, in the northeastern fringe of Webster County, heading into northwestern Wright County. So again, for places like Grove Spring, definitely bears watching. We got a potential rotating supercell right here, trying to spin up here. And new severe storm warning has just been posted for, looks like for Laclede. And there goes that severe storm warning that you hear in the background. I do apologize for that. And again, this storm right here is still trying to produce a comma head feature right here. And who joined? Let me see. Oh, that's Ozarks. Okay. Hey, Ozarks. Oh, shit. Alright, I do apologize for that. But we, again, still tracking this storm right here. And you can see we still got a common head feature right here trying to develop on this portion of the storm right here. This is not a very defined, as you can see, this is not as defined as it was. It's not as defined compared to that southern storm. And
I'd like to advise that whatever actions Mo Sirens is about to perform, I'm not affiliated with.
Blood, I'm not gonna do anything. Chill.
Okay.
again, still tracking. Okay, hello, what's up, guys? But anyways, just still tracking these two storms right here. And again, I will say this storm is still watching coming into northwestern Wright counties, Wright County rather, and still has some weak evidence of rotation with that. Pretty broad rotation with that. But if we go back down to the southern storm, it's still the most intense storm that we've seen so far. And
So
the south side of
Confirmed
Hercules.
2-inch hail.
Oh, with the southern storm down here in Taney County.
Mhm.
Okay, so we gotta confirm 2-inch hail. That's observed now. Wow. Okay.
That rotation's tightening.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that rotation is really
Okay,
tightening up there.
Can someone riddle me this? Why can I not see?
I think KTTS just went down, my guy.
Oh, really?
I cannot view.
My
I
alert
cannot
just
view-
completely went silent.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
I cannot view SGF's reflective image or reflectivity image system.
Reflectivity?
Yeah, I can't view the reflectivity image. There's just nothing.
I want to try to restart, or maybe like restart
Yeah,
your
let me
polling
just restart
session
it.
again on that. But again, still tracking.
Okay,
Still got
okay.
these two tornadic thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes. But again, this storm up here is definitely looks like it's starting to tighten up over northwestern Wright County now.
Up purple on the reflectivity. We have dark purple. We have 71 dB.
Yes, so we got this storm. This storm up here near Camdenton,
Wait,
just gonna stay south of
Did
Camdenton.
KTTS actually go down? Hold on.
And so we're again still tracking this storm, and it looks like we might have a little bit of a tightening up here in this part of
I'll
the
take my melatonin
tornadic
drip.
in this part of the storm. Looks like to be more of a Camden County storm to me now. So it looks like Dallas and Laclede counties could be out of this momentarily, but again, it's kind of skimming the Laclede and Camden County line, Camden County lines there, up there. This is obviously going to stay north of Lebanon, Missouri, but again, still watching that as it still tracks south of Camdenton. But again, if you're in Camdenton, you are safe, but it's going to be a close call, but you are safe from this tornado or this potential tornado heading your way. So it's going to be staying south of you by just a few miles from the main town, or from the downtown portion of Camdenton there. And again, we'll drop back down south, and yes, there we go. We got a tightening couplet now, heading into Ozark County right now. This is going to be on the extreme west or extreme east central Taney counties. And again, this storm right here, still not observed, but again, based off of the signature, that definitely does look very impressive on radar and reflectivity and velocity as well. You can definitely tell right here, you got a couplet right here on the east side of Hercules right there. And wow, that looks like to be the storm of the night in my opinion. And again, this is not affecting Branson. If you're in Branson, this is not affecting you. This is affecting the opposite. This is pretty much affecting the east central portion of Taney County, about to head into Ozark County, like I said. So anybody in Branson or any of those populated areas of that part of the world, make sure you guys are safe from this storm in particular. Now you got more additional showers and thunderstorms coming in from the west, but I should expect to see no tornadic activity at all. Maybe just a very, very low end threat with tornadoes with those particular storms. But this tornadic storm in the east central portion of the county definitely is bears watching, and is not obviously going to affect those communities out there in the west. So again, Theodacia, you're definitely included. Long Run, Hammond. Let's see. Let's get some more communities. Thornfield, Summit City is just outside of it. Pond Fork inside of it, and we got looks like Highway D and Highway Double J coming out of Thornfield and going into looks like Douglas County. But I will say, if you're in like Fairview, Nance, and Theodosia, and Ludi as well, technically you're inside a tornado warning polygon. But to be honest, I will say this velocity signature is like gonna be staying to your north. It looks like, and based off how the national order, or based off how the polygon looks and the trajectory of the storm, is going to be moving just east northeast, maybe just more on the east trajectory. But if you, like I said, Fairview, Nance, Theodacia, this is obviously probably not going to affect you. But again, you're in a tornado warning polygon. You got to respect the polygon. And same for Ludi. Long Run, you got to be in your safe place. It's going to be a close call, but I would remain your safe place. Fairview, Nance, Theodacia, I would remain your safe place, even though this is technically not going to directly affect you. But places like, I would say, Pond Fork, Thornfield, anybody living in Highway D and Highway Double JJ running in and out of Douglas County into the Toledo community of northwestern Ozark County, definitely need to be in your safe place right now. And you can see that with this storm, definitely still wrapped up with a nice hook on it, with a really tight couplet on it. Let's actually look at the correlation coefficient on that, and we got a new scan with that. Let's see. It's a little noisy, so there may be something there, but again, it's very hard. It's a little bit noisy down in that part. Just because this is a little bit of a mountainous terrain up here.
CC drop, actually. There's like a discrete spot in the southern storm. But it could just be nothing.
We do have an SVR destructive for the OUN area.
Okay, so just to kind of give you guys a wide perspective view, let me just kind of get out of this. So just kind of give a wide view of everything.
Oh my God.
Now, as you can see, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect. We have a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect until I think 2 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. And we have multiple flash flood warnings in effect, and that is because these storms down here near the triple point of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri, those storms are going to be trending over the same area, and that's going to be basically a big flash flooding threat. And
are you straight up getting hit by some of this?
And we have a destructive SVR. Where is that at? OUN, TSA is.
Yeah, it's right near Stillwater.
So there it is. Okay, there it is. I see it now. It's okay. There it is. So that's 80 mile per hour winds for Stillwater. Let me actually look on velocity real quick, just to see what we got in here. We're gonna have to fix that real quick. Oh wow, yeah. Is that observed or is that indicated?
No clue.
Yeah, but that's heading into Stillwater right now, and oh no, this may look like it's going to affect maybe Tulsa in the long run. And
it is Tulsa borderline.
Yes, it is borderline with Tulsa's counties right now, and yeah, and again, just keeping an eye on that. But that's technically outside of our viewing area. But let's go back to these tornado warning storms up here in Missouri. And again, we have a new... Oh, actually, that's an update. Okay, so that's an updated SVR with that up there. It includes Osage Beach, Camdenton, and places north of Lebanon. And we still got this possible tornado on the here, up here near the Camden and Laclede County lines, coming up on State Highway 7, I believe that is, and it's basically past State Highway 5 that runs in and out of Bidwell into Camdenton County. But if you're west of Highway 7, that runs in and out of Camdenton into Bidwell, that's in Laclede County, you are safe. I'm gonna give you guys the all clear there. But if you're obviously out ahead of it, I would remain in your safe place. But places like Montreal, Wet Glaze, even up towards Hawkeye, I would start preparing your safe place right now. Just because, I mean, you are not under officially in a tornado warning yet, but National Weather Service may decide to issue another extension for that tornado warning, which may include you, like places like Toronto, Montreal, Wet Glaze, and it is about to move out the tornado warning polygons, so I would be shocked, or they would have to make a decision right away whether or not they're going to continue that tornado warning or they're just going to let it expire. But based off on the signature here, we are a little bit quite a ways from the radar site out here in the Springfield Next Red. I would say this is going to be your area of rotation right here. That's going to be on east of Hugo, or going to be east of the Highway 7, and it's going to be south of Hugo, and going to be north of Bidwell. So if you know anybody in that part of the world, please let them know. They should have been in their shelters when the tornado warning was issued. So, but yeah, let's go back to that sudden storm down here. And again, still watching this little place right here. Nothing that concerning just yet. Grove Spring coming up on Highway 5 that runs in and out of Grove Spring into Hartonville going south. But yeah, if you're on the south side of Grove Spring, I would keep bears watching. Nothing too concerned with that one. But if we keep going further south towards the Arkansas-Missouri state line, you can see we have a very impressive signature right here. Pretty impressive signature here coming up on the Long Run community. And also coming up on the Hammond community. Pond Fork, Thornfield, going to be here within about, I would say about 5-10 minutes. Especially for you in Long Run, you probably got just about a few more minutes before this part of the storm does make impact on you. Now, this is not a confirmed tornado just yet. But again, I will say that does look pretty impressive. And if it does continue to ramp up, then we may see some problems being caused here. And I do apologize for my... and I do apologize for the Discord noises. It's just my alt I have in the background that's in here.
What's up, guys? Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear. They can hear you all. Hear all of you. And again,
Ozark. Question, Ozark. When were you ever put under the SBA? I guess he's quiet for now.
Okay. Again, numerous flash flood warnings in effect. Currently tracking over the same area. You can see it stretches all the way from the west side of Tulsa. Let's say from Sand Springs all the way up to, all the way up to Marionville, Missouri. We got a flash flood warning train going on there. And definitely these storms are trending over the same area. That's why we have numerous flash flood warnings. Going to be dumping lots of rain. If you're in a flood prone area, I would stay away from those areas and just seek higher shelter or seek higher grounds immediately. Should have been doing that when this flash flood warning was issued. And again, it's nighttime. Flash flooding is going to be a much bigger threat since this is more of a flash flooding threat and a little bit of a damaging wind event. But again, flash flooding is definitely going to be your biggest threat for tonight, folks. And again, apart from these two tornadic thunderstorms up here in southwest Missouri, and still watching this, still got a pretty tight still got a little bit of some rotation with their north side of Bidwell. And it looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning now, and about to hear it over No Weather Radio here in just a second. And it does include St. Rob. This is just an extension of that severe thunderstorm warning. And there you go, there it goes. There you can hear that severe thunderstorm warning now being issued. Still got tornado possible tag. And again, still watching this area down here. There's definitely a suspicious area that just moved into Wright County now. This is going to be coming up in the Grove Spring community. It's also going to be coming up on Highway 5 that runs in and out of Grove Spring into Hartonville, Missouri. Definitely need to be watching that. There's not a warning on that with that storm just yet, but that definitely does look a little bit of a suspicious area right there. We'll definitely be watching that as well. And we move further south. Still got a pretty impressive rotation on here. About to move into Ozark County, west central Ozark County. Places like Long Run, Hammond, and looks like, oh, yep, there we go. It has moved over into Ozark County completely. So it's going to be pretty much right on top of Long Run as we speak. Now, you know what? If you're in Taney County now, and if you're under this tornado warning polygon, I would say
It's like there's break rotation.
I would say it's safe to come. I would say it's safe to come out. I know technically you're under the tornado warning, but this rotation has completely moved into Ozark County, and basically right on top of Long Run right now. And there's Pond Ford. You got Thornfield, Hammond, State Highway D, Highway 95. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit tight. Let me just kind of switch over to. So we got State Highway D, we got County Road 858, Creek 919. We also got County Road 917, County Road 910. All these streets being impacted right now. We also got Missouri Route 95, State Highway D, County Road 925, 927, County Road 927, 923, 920. All those places being impacted right now, or just about to get impacted by this tornadic circulation right here. Now I've oh yeah, here we go. This looks like to be a Lutter couplet trying to develop. And again, if you're in Taney County, you're safe from this storm, from this portion of the storm. This is like, wow. Yeah, that thing is wrapped up. That thing has tightened up a little bit more, and that is definitely a little bit more concerning now.
What, the one that I mentioned a second ago?
That's the one that's coming up on Hammond now. That's the one in Ozark County. That's gonna be in west central Ozark County. That's gonna be your most sudden tornado warning storm. That's what I'm talking about right now. That thing is still there.
I'm very muting because I've got copyright music playing.
Okay.
I'm very tired, so good night.
Alright, have a good night. Alright, so looking on correlation coefficient, there is nothing there at all. But again, we're a little bit further away from the radar, so there might be something there. There might be some debris being picked up a little bit further, a little bit underneath what we're seeing right now, but we're since a little bit further away from the radar. Again, that's that latest scan. Don't see anything there still. And if you guys excuse me real quick, I will have to take a little quick break for a second. I'll be right back.
Another warning also, both tornado warnings were canceled.
Okay, so tornado warning was canceled. Oh wow, I'm surprised they canceled the southern tornado warning. Oh, actually both, you said? Okay.
There's a new warning coming in.
That looks. Oh, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, that's really interesting because they canceled both tornado warnings. Well, I'm not surprised with the northern one because that one had some signs of rotation, but it wasn't strong enough now. It's not strong enough now for that warning to be issued now, or for that tornado warning to be, in progress. So, I'm not surprised by that. But the southern one, I am still surprised that they decided to go with a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag with that. And it pretty much includes all of Ozark County now. And it is late at night, and there's gonna be a lot of people trying to figure out where this tornado or where a possible tornado may be at. And again, that's very dangerous. Doing nighttime tornado. Oh wow! Oh wow! Hey, Most Sergeants, look on radar Omega if you can, cause that thing
I'm on GR.
that thing tightened up completely, and there's some strong inbound and outbound winds now with that couplet now.
Southern one.
Yeah, the southern one.
Yeah, it's really strong. I see it.
It's right on
and
top.
And also tornado possible because I can hear it right now.
Yeah, I just heard that, and it's right on top of Missouri Route 95 on County Road 910. That's on top of that intersection right now, just passing over that part over there, and County Road 855 and Hammond State Highway D. They're going to be impacted here very shortly. Let me look at the correlation coefficient with that, because that thing has tightened up completely, and that's very impressive.
There's no correlation.
Yeah, I just checked, and there's nothing there at all. But yeah, that's a very impressive signature right there. I'm surprised they even canceled that and issued a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. But even though, yes, they did issue a tornado possible tag with that, but that's a very strong coupler right there showing up on reflectivity. I can actually sample the winds on that. I'm getting 60 mile per hour winds. 60 mile per hour winds. Let's get 60. So I'm getting about 120 miles per hour on the delta velocity of this couplet. Now, since we're a little bit further away from the radar, now this may not be occurring at ground level. This could potentially, this is obviously more aloft, and this is looking very concerning right now for the community of Hammond. If you live on the south side of Thornfield, definitely looks very concerning. And yeah, still watching that, and wow, yep, there it is. It still maintains its strength right there. Looks even more impressive now, coming up on Hammond. Now, if you're in Hammond, I would go to your tornado safe place, and again, I know you've just been canceled from that tornado warning, but I would get into your safe place now if you're in Hammond in Ozark County. Let me look at correlation coefficient once more, and still don't see anything there. But again, it doesn't matter. That velocity signature does look very impressive, and we need folks to, if you know anybody that lives in the town of Hammond, Notting Hill, even up towards Summit City, I would give them a call and get to their safe place, because they got looks to be a developing tornado now trying to occur here on the west side of Hammond now. It is coming close to Hammond. If you're in Hammond, you need to be in your safe place now. There's not officially a tornado warning with this, but again, Hammond, you need to be in your safe place immediately. There's no doubt a strong clump trying to form, a strong tornado trying to develop right there. And it's still there. It's there. You can see it very well on velocity. And let's see how that looks like on reflectivity. And it is a little bit raggedy on the reflectivity, but I will say the velocity is super impressive. This looks like to be the storm of the night here in Missouri, in southwest Missouri in general. But again, we still got other storms back to our west. And let's kind of pull on reflectivity. If we kind of look off to the west, Tulsa underneath a 70 mile per hour wind, damaging wind event there. And still got that 80 mile per hour winds. That does include Stillwater, which is, wow. And I'm hearing thunder now right here. So all these storms back here are producing 70 mile per hour winds. And if we go back down here in Missouri, kind of look back up with these storms right here, and just kind of go down to put velocity on. Not really seeing much up here near Camdenton, St. Robert. Definitely looking at a damaging wind event, 60 mile per hour winds, tornado possible tag with that as well. But again, going further south, and you can see now that's not as strong as it was, but it's still there. Couplet is still there. Yeah. And if we kind of just replay the frames real quick, just kind of see the intensity of it as it was. You can see the last two. Only two of these scans actually showed. Actually, I would say 2 or 3 of these scans look really impressive. Pretty much impacting the Hammond right now. But if you're in Hammond, I would definitely be in your safe place, even though there's not technically a tornado warning for you. But if you're in Hammond, definitely be in your safe place right now. It is currently going right over you guys right now. If you know anybody that lives in Hammond, please let them know. Possible tornado, or possible tornado hanging their way right now.
I will say this: that storm does kind of look like it's rain wrapped. If it is, because it's in the middle of that storm, there's a lot of rain.
Yeah, you're right. This thing is definitely rain wrapped. Again, this brings up my point. If you're trying to look for these storms and it's raining outside and you see a if you think there's a tornado, I would not take a chance, because these things are rain wrapped. The rain's going to be obscured, and you're not going to be able to see this thing, and before you know it, it's going to be too late to go in your safe place, and that tornado may be on top of you. You may not even realize that's on top of you, because that thing is completely shrouded in rain. You don't want to keep looking for this thing. And it's dangerous to do so. So I would suggest not trying to look for a tornado or try to think. And according, it looks like this storm has basically choked its updraft apparently. And let's gotta look on reflectivity again. We got news from storm warning now. 70 mile per hour winds over Forsyth right now. That's just to the east side of Branson. So Branson just missed this 70 mile per hour winds. It might have just experienced the winds going through, but looks like NWS Springfield has decided to issue a severe storm warning for 70 mile per hour winds with that storm now. That is going through the Forsyth community right now. It's also coming up on Hilda right now, right on top of Ozark Beach, Kirbyville, Mildred. And there's US Highway 160 right there. That's going to be running in and out of Ozark and Taney counties. And that definitely does look very, very impressive. And yep, there we go. New tornado warning. New tornado warning. Most sirens. Now for Ozark County, we're about to get a doubleheader on No Weather Radio. There we go. I was afraid that they're going to issue another tornado warning. Now it does include the city of Gainesville. Actually, we won't be able to get a doubleheader because WXL 46 does not cover Ozark County. I just almost forgot. What that thing looks like, it's intensifying more. It's on and off still, but it's still very intense. Oops. Let's look at coalition coefficient. Again, that tornado warning just now been posted for Ozark County. This does include Theodacia, once more, Gainesville, Notting Hill, Wilhoit, Romance, Luna, Zenoni, Sycamore, Tecumseh, Udall Landing, Howard's Ridge, Prestonia, Mammoth, Locust, Sundown, Isabella, Theodacia, Ludi. Long Run just dodged a bullet to this one, and so I would like to say that I think it's safe to say that you're gonna be close of a call, but you're gonna be safe from this, all right? Because this is just passing to your east now. If you're in the Long Run community.
I am heading to bed. Good night.
Alright, have a good night.
Either way, tornado warning.
Yes. Oh, is it a different one now?
Ozark County.
Yeah, that's the one I've been covering, or I've just been talking about. But yeah, still got tornado warning there. Still remains in effect until, what time does that go into in effect? That goes until, I would say, 12:30. Yep, 12:30 a.m. Also, with this storm house, also has ping pong ball size hail with that storm. And again, still impacting the Hammond community now. And looks like it's going to be going over the Notting Hill community next. And and even maybe towards to Gainesville. If you're in Gainesville, you need to be in your safe place now. Now is the time to go do so. Don't wait until this storm makes its way to your local area right now. If you're in Gainesville, need to be in your safe place out ahead of this. And that doesn't just apply to Gainesville. That applies to every other community that's inside this tornado warning polygon. Need to be in your safe place. Don't wait for the very last minute until this storm reaches your area, because otherwise it's going to be too late, and you'll face the consequences of being in a tornado warning too late. And again, following with this storm, we also got a severe thunderstorm warning that's producing 70-mile-per-hour winds with that storm. Problem reflectivity, just to kind of show you guys the structure of the storm. And still seeing that storm producing 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's mainly the only thing with that storm. That's the reason why there's an SVR with that storm. And I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm going to get a drink of water because I am starting to run out of saliva in my mouth. I'll be right back, folks. And again, still watching that tornado. Let me just put that on. Yeah. Okay, I have to apologize for the interruption. I just had to get a quick drink. And it looks like that tornado. It looks like, yeah, I will say it looks like it may have choked its updraft from the storm. Meaning that this storm actually wrapped around this storm literally wrapped itself so much that it literally choked its updraft. That's what we were trying to say with this storm here. And but you know what I will say there, it's been an on and off cycle with this storm. I wouldn't take a chance of this. So I would, just because this thing is choking off itself doesn't mean it doesn't completely eliminate the tornado threat. It does reduce the tornado threat quite a bit. So I wouldn't be out of your safe place just yet. You're in a tornado warning polygon. Again, this warning expires at 12:30 a.m. Monday morning. Now it is currently now Monday morning, as we've all entered the Monday hours now. Again, I know this is a little bit of a late night stream. I do apologize, but you know what? We're here for an active tornado warning. Well, we had 2 tornado warnings that was active earlier. One out here in the Camdenton area, but that has since expired as well. And I also was tracking this part right here. I was also tracking this storm right there, but that looks like to be just a little bit of a wind event there. And yes, so this is our only tornado warning in our area right now. For Southwest Missouri, that's going to be in Ozark County. Coming up on Gainesville right now. just past the Notting Hill community, coming up on the Wilhoit community. And it's also going to be coming up on Highway 5 between Gainesville and Noble community. So if you live anywhere between Gainesville and Noble, you need to be in your safe place right now. This is not a storm to mess around with. You don't want to take a chance with this storm at all. And again, just kind of checking behind the scenes here with this storm here. Still radar indicated, meaning that there is not a confirmation with this or an observed sighting of this tornado just yet, but that could change at any time. I also have Ozarks here, who is currently muted, but he's telling me that this updraft looks like it has choked itself. But you know what? Let me look back into Tulsa real quick. We got some serious winds going through the Tulsa community, through the Tulsa area right now. I don't know if you've been watching that, Ozarks. Wow, that's a very strong pocket of damaging winds right there, just plowing through the city of Tulsa right now. 70-mile-per-hour winds with that storm. But as we kind of look more westward, wow, we got some very strong damaging winds with this as well. 70-mile-per-hour winds as well. Wow, this is coming through the downtown area of Tulsa now. Yep, storm's behaving exactly like the other ones. Which storm are you talking about? The Tulsa one or the one in Missouri? Ozark County storm? Okay, so let's kind of quickly go back into there real quick. Switch radars. It looks, yeah, you know what? We've had numerous rotations out here in the extreme southwest Missouri, but it looks like it's behaving at like one of those storms that we had earlier, when we had a storm that was developing on top of the ocean that had produced a hook, but didn't exactly produce strong winds to really, issue a tornado warning for that. Excuse me. And this one looks to be doing the same thing, but this one looks a little bit more intense. So this thing can easily drop something very soon, very quickly here. But again, not a tornado on the ground with this just yet, and I say just yet because we don't know if there is one yet. And like I said, that thing could easily drop a tornado anytime soon. And the new scan has just rolled by, and yeah, it looks like it's starting to weaken on some, just a bit. And just gonna quickly go back into these storms here, and my goodness, these are strong pockets of damaging winds just gonna be going through the city of Tulsa. There's downtown Tulsa right there. Actually, you know what? Actually, now that I've just seen the full downtown area, I would say north and just south. Wow, both ends of downtown Tulsa is gonna be completely is gonna be seeing these damaging winds. But if you're in downtown, gonna be just barely gonna miss these two damaging wind event pockets right here. And a new SVR has been posted for Tulsa International Airport, and for 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's for this portion of the storm right here. That's going to be it right here. That's going to be your pocket of damaging winds. It's going to be moving into whatever county that is there, because I don't know my Oklahoma counties very well. Into Rogers and Tulsa County. Okay, that's Tulsa County, and that's going to be Rogers County. Okay, there we go. Just kind of looking back. Still seeing 60-mile-per-hour winds. It has been downgraded to 60-mile-per-hour winds, which that is good, but still very strong damaging winds. So got that one tornado warning that still remains in effect. And you know what? That hook has definitely been choked off completely. And it looks like what 06 has told me that this portion of the storm right here is going to be this is where the updraft sort of just broke apart, and because of that, you had some moisture coming in on the southern edge of this, right here in this portion right here. You got moisture coming in from this portion, which kind of weakened the updraft more. And I think if we just play the loop, you can definitely see just a buildup of some moisture right here. Yeah, you can definitely see that there. And but the velocity signature is still somewhat there. Definitely broadened out some, but again, there's still some evidence of rotation there, so I would definitely keep that in mind. Gainesville should have been your safe place as soon as tornado warning was issued, and should have heard the sirens as well. Yeah, still watching that storm. So let's take a broad overview of the entire BVL area. Just kind of watching this as a whole. Again, numerous showers and thunderstorms. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out for much of our BVL counties. We have this watch, the Missouri, or the basically the Missouri severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 2 a.m. But the northeastern and northwest Arkansas severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 3 a.m. I believe. Yeah, until 3 a.m. So hopefully by then this activity should dwindle off, at least. But again, these storms might impact portions of McDonald and Newton counties later downstream. At least with this intense part of these storms here. Still need to watch that happening. And just kind of looking behind the scenes here, just watching looking at some other data here, data analysis. And kind of just looking back in these storms near Tulsa. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see that outflow. I think that's it right here. This is gonna be your outflow boundary. You can definitely see some cells trying to develop along that front, or that boundary, I mean. And you have some updrafts. This is going to be your first updraft right here on the southeast side of Tulsa, and you got a second updraft just northwest of the Tulsa International Airport. That's where your updraft is. And because of that outflow boundary, it's going to basically choke all those updrafts off, and just, I don't know. And that outflow boundary will produce some more cells, or some more storms along that boundary. So that could pose another threat for some storms developing too as well. And looks like Ozarks was right about that. You know, you would think the northern one would die off, but I guess there's more energy up there. But I was gonna think the southern part would take the energy because, you know, it's more close to the Gulf. Oh, it choked off the southern one. That's really surprising. So the northern one has intensified. Looks like we may have another hook trying to form with that one. So just kind of watching that. But wow, that's a good. Yeah, I actually, you know what? Looking at velocity. Yeah, I literally just pulled up velocity as soon as you said that. Yeah, I've seen that the winds died out on the south. Still some winds there, but the northern one is taking up most of that energy up there. Coming up on US Highway 75, coming in and out of Tulsa. That runs in and out of Tulsa. And pretty much, actually, it's going to be impacting there as well right now. And that is a very strong damaging wind pocket right there. I would not be surprised if they upgrade that to 70 mile per hour winds with that, since we're very close to the radar side. We're getting closer to the radar side with that storm. And this storm up here, Ozark, is the one up here in Pawnee County, in central Osage County. That's got some strong... Oh, actually, never mind. It's not as bad now, but yeah, velocity-wise, still there. Still some pretty damaging winds there. But wow, that's intense. So let's get back to that one tornadic storm up here in Missouri. That's why we were live for a possible tornado. We had 2 tornado warnings at one point, but we're down to 1 tornado warning for now. Kind of fix that. And you can see this rotation is just basically weakening at this point. It still continues to weaken, but again, this may cycle. It may be cycling right now. So still need to watch it right now. This warning expires at 12:30 a.m. Monday morning now. And I'm currently hearing thunder now. Again, once more. So, if you're if you're basically if you're west of Highway 5, that runs in and out through Taney County, you're safe from this tornadic part of the storm. You're clear. I'll give you guys an all clear there. But if you're in the northwest portion or northeastern portion of Ozark County, I would remain in your safe place until this warning expires. So we got about at least 17 more minutes to go with that part of the storm. But I will say, if you're in Gainesville and points south as well, I would definitely... actually, no, if you're in Gainesville and points south and southwest, and even southeast rather, and even southeast, I'll give you guys an all clear there. You're safe. Technically, you're still in part of that tornado warning, but you are going to be safe from this part of the storm. So this tornadic part of the storm is going to be mainly up here now into parts of northeastern Ozark County now. So if you're in Gainesville, points west and southwest, and even towards to the Arkansas state line, you're safe. I'm going to give you guys an all clear there. Oh, we gotta watch this part right here. Looks like to be another hook trying to form here over sundown. Weak rotation with that, very, very weak evidence of rotation. But again, hopefully that does not intensify. But if it does intensify, places like Sundown, Isabel, Locust, even Pontiac, I would definitely keep an eye on it. No warning on that with that part of the storm just yet. But again, just keep watching it. But yeah, this tornadic, the worst part of the storm is going to be up here now, in northeast Ozark County. So, but yeah, if you're east or if you're west of Highway 5, you're safe for now from this tornadic part of the storm. And you can see the latest scan definitely still continues to weaken. And now let's get out of the double window panel here. Just sort of look back to the west. Just kind of give you guys an overview. And we got a new warning, a new flash flood warning for Berry and McDonald counties now. Again, not surprised because these storms are going to be trending over the same area. And again, flash flooding is going to be a big problem for everybody, especially if you're in extreme north or southwest Missouri. places like Lawrence, and if you're in Lawrence, McDonald, Newton, and Berry counties, those areas are currently in the susceptible part of having thunderstorms stretching over the same area, and that's going to be happening for, oh man, I would say at least almost several hours of this. So oops. And yeah, just kind of looking back to the west, and still got numerous showers and thunderstorms coming in from the west, and definitely is going to be a big flash flooding threat with this. And it's, if you're in a flood-prone area, I would definitely move to higher ground. And if you're driving at night and you see a flooded road, definitely do not try to drive through flooded roads, because you may not know how deep it is. It may not be as deep as you think, but it may be pretty deep in whatever road you're trying to go through. And it looks like they canceled that severe thunderstorm warning, or that tornado warning, actually. So that's good news. Now they went ahead with issued. Actually, they canceled that tornado warning, but still continued that severe thunderstorm warning for tornado possible attack with that, and also for ping pong ball size hail, or even 1.5 inch hail with that storm. So that's good news. So as of now, as of 12:17, we've been live for about an hour now. I would say, yeah, we've been live for an hour. It's the first time in an hour we've had no tornado warnings. Okay, no tornado warnings now. But again, still watching these storms out here in Oklahoma, northeast Oklahoma, impacting Tulsa right now. And yeah, now they've issued a 70-mile-per-hour winds now, or they went ahead and issued 70-mile-per-hour winds with that storm now, which not as surprising, because you can definitely see on velocity that the winds are very strong up there. And a new severe thunderstorm warning has just been posted now, and there it is. Kind of read this off. Actually, that's a continuation. Never mind. That's been there. Okay. Again, I don't know my Oklahoma counties very, very well. Now I know this is Rogers County right here, where Claremore is. So I need to get used to the Arkansas counties once more. Mm-hmm.
How come it's not in our TV?
It's on channel 49.
Oh, 49 now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 49. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new CBS.
Mm-hmm.
49. Okay.
Oh, I guess I was not muted. I do apologize. Oh, hey, 80-mile-per-hour winds now. For Claremore, Chateau, Catoosa, basically east of Tulsa now. 80-mile-per-hour winds with this storm now. Let me look at the higher tilts of this real quick. Let me look at tilt 2. Still seeing the same thing, but both tilts are still seeing impressive amounts of winds in there. Yeah. Yeah, let's just hope and pray the Tulsa radar does not go down, because we've had that happen before with the last derecho event. And that took out both the terminal radar and the next rad itself. So hopefully the Tulsa radar doesn't go down, because that's going to be not good. Because if that radar goes down, oh man, we're not gonna be able to have good data from in this part of the world. So we have to either rely on SGS radar, Fort Smith's radar, even Oklahoma's radar, or even whatever this radar is here. But let's just hope and pray. Let's just hope and pray let's just hope and pray the Tulsa radar does not go down. And I hope and pray. I know it's gonna miss the terminal radar, which is located in Broken Arrow. But if it's gonna mainly impact the Tulsa radar, I really hope it doesn't go down. And wow, Ozarks, it's intensifying. Those winds are intensifying even more. And you know what, Ozarks? This is moving east. If that trajectory is right and it maintains that trajectory, let me just track that for you, Ozarks. I know you live in Ozarks, or I know you live in Rogers. Let me see how fast this thing's moving. This thing is moving 40 miles per hour to the east. So let's do a track on that. It's gonna do all the way up to Carroll County, Arkansas. So let's do 40 mile per hour with that. That's how fast this thing's moving. Okay, Ozarks. Actually, let's go to Ozarks. Let's go to Rogers real quick. Let's see. Rogers going to be there in about an hour and 17 minutes from now, Ozarks. I don't know if you got that. It's going to be there in about an hour and 17 minutes from you now. If it does maintain its strength. Bensonville in about an hour and 10 minutes from now. But yeah. Hope you're ready for that, Ozarks. Hope you don't have to hunker down for 9 mile per hour winds with that storm. Let's just hope it dissipates before it even reaches you. Let me just go back up to these storms up here. We also have Brandon Kopik, who is actually here in Springfield, Missouri, now traveling on I-44, going eastbound on Springfield, Missouri. And again, just kind of looking back at these storms, just kind of making sure, looking at velocity. Don't really see nothing there now, which is great news. Reflectivity, just a normal threat of severe thunderstorm warning. Basically a marginalized severe weather threat there. And oh my God, Ozarks, we got 90 mile per hour winds now. 90 mile per hour winds. I literally just jinxed it, Ozarks. I literally just jinxed it. There's 90 mile per hour winds now. 90 mile per hour winds. 90 mile per hour winds now. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just jinxed that. Ozarks, are you there? Are you there? I need you to say something immediately because we got 90 mile per hour winds now. Lord have mercy. Wow. Oh yeah, that is bad. That is bad. That is bad. Oh my Lord. Let's just kind of look at the velocity and just read the readings on the velocity. But wow, 114 mile per hour winds on the velocity right now. Oh my Lord. Wow. This is no good. If you're in Catoosa, Verdigris, you need to be in shelter. This is like a tornado warning. We're going to treat this as if this is a tornado warning right here. You don't want to go. This is. Wow. I'm so speechless right now. Oh my Lord. Sorry, I had to look off. Sorry, I had to look off screen for a second for something else. But yeah, oh my goodness, if you're in Catoosa, Verdigris, Valley Park, oh man, actually, if you're anywhere in the severe thunderstorm warning polygon, you need to be in your safe place. Gregory, I know the Tulsa radar is probably gonna go down with this, and I have high feelings that this is gonna go down. And Ozarks, I hope you're there because this is going to be going into your county very soon, about an hour and 10 minutes from now, Ozarks. Oh my Lord, Ozarks, I hope you issued that. I really hope you issued that Holy moly. Goodness Lord, that is strong pockets of wins right there. I'm just glad that this thing missed Tulsa to the west or to the east. And we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Ozark and Taney counties, but that is for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. But yeah, but that's it with that. But again, let's just go back to that storm in Tulsa, near Tulsa rather. But my Lord, that is insane. Goodness Lord. Ozarks, I really hope you're... Man, I don't think... Ozarks has not been responding at all. I'm going to have to issue that warning on stream for you guys. I just cannot let this slide by. Holy moly. Okay, let me just quickly get started with this. We got... Wow. We got to issue this. I got to issue this, Ozarks. Ozarks, if you hear me, I got to issue this. Unless you're in the process of doing this already. Tulsa. I gotta get Tulsa's chat out. Destructive. Okay, I thought so. Damage. Threat. Destructive. .90-mile-per-hour winds. This is actually not observed. This is actually radar indicated, and hail is going to be less than 3/4 of an inch. Ozarks. Oh, you got it. Okay. Thank the Lord. I was just in the process of doing it right now, but yeah. Oh, did you get it sent out already? Oh no, you didn't. Okay, not just yet, but you're in the process of doing so right now. Oh my god. Okay, another SVR, 70-mile-per-hour winds coming up. Wow. I would not be surprised if this one goes 80-mile-per-hour winds. This is gonna be going north of Tulsa. Tulsa dodged a bullet. Tulsa got really lucky with this. Tulsa got really lucky with this because this is absolutely destruction of winds right here. 90-mile-per-hour winds. And if this goes to 100, I'm gonna go berserk on stream. I really hate to do that, but that is insane how much winds that there is right there. And again, you'll hear thunder in the background, so we do have some storms here in the Springfield area, or near the Springfield area, but yeah. And again, so I was gonna go off in the air, but as soon as I saw that 80-mile-per-hour winds, I had to stay on to see how this thing rolls out. But I'm glad I stayed on air because we got 90-mile-per-hour winds plowing through Verdigris right now. That's insane. It's plowing through Interstate 44. If anybody's on Interstate 44 right now, between Catoosa and let's go up to Claremore. You've got to be in shelter. You got to treat this as if this was a tornado warning. Alright? Treat this as if this is a tornado warning. Oh, Lord. Look at that. That thing is still there. Wow. And I would not be surprised. I don't think sirens are going off there in that part of the world, Ozarks. I would imagine that they would be pulling the siren. They are probably they have the sirens in progress right now. Wow. I'm gonna copy this text right here because we got 90-mile-per-hour winds here. Oh my god, my lights went out, but that was just my LED lights going out at 12:30. That scared the Lord out. That scared me really well. Oh, but wow, that is serious wins right there. Yep, there you go. There it is. Hey, Ozer, I would definitely watch the other one coming in into Tulsa, northern Tulsa County, and Washington County, Arkansas, or Missouri, or Oklahoma. Wow, I almost forgot Oklahoma, but I apologize for my reaction. I'm just very bizarre to see 90-mile-per-hour winds going through Verdigris right now. I'm plowing through I-44 right now, Interstate 44. Lord have mercy, please. I really hope that radar site does not go down, Ozarks. Let me just get a quick bite real quick of some food I got here. Wow. It's still there too. Those winds are still there. And you know what? Ozarks was right about that northern part of the storm has really intensified. It's probably gonna intensify as much as it can. It really did. It's very impressive that it did that. It's very interesting to see this happen again. But luckily, this did not directly impact Tulsa, because otherwise, oh man, we would have had more issues with Tulsa. I wonder how they're doing with the Tulsa storm, with that last derecho event that the Tulsa storm did or had with that last derecho event. I wonder how they're doing with their recovery. I'm sure they're doing good now. But thank the Lord, that completely missed. Just be happy that he missed Tulsa to the north, into the east. Because like I said, this would have caused issues in downtown Tulsa and other surrounding areas of Tulsa, and that would have been really bad. And if you're just now joining us, this currently tracking. We were live for a couple tornado warnings that occurred up here in southwestern Missouri, but we've shifted our focus now to a 90-mile-per-hour destructive severe thunderstorm warning that still is in effect right now. And Lord, wow. And there's also a pocket of damaging winds plowing through Tulsa right now. I really hope the Tulsa radar's not down yet. I would love to see more data come out of the Tulsa radar. Let's just hope. If there's not a scan in the next 10 minutes, then I'm probably gonna safe to say that 90-mile-per-hour winds must have taken out the radar site. So just be mindful of that. Okay, we just got a new scan as of 12:35. That's good. That's good. We've seen a new scan just now. And yeah, so watching these storms back here, back behind this one is much more broader, and it's in a much bigger area too. Wow. That is insane. That is obviously something you don't see very often with a severe thunderstorm warning. You don't see this very often unless you have a derecho event. But obviously this is not a derecho event. This was supposed to be more of a tornado threat up here in Missouri, which we had a couple tornadoes spin up, or try to spin up at least. But those have sincerely faded away, and as you can see, there's absolutely nothing to really indicate any signs of rotation, which that's great news. However, Tulsa is in our SWIC BVL County area, and so we got to keep that in mind. Tulsa luckily dodged a bullet with a 90-mile-per-hour wind threat, and that would have caused major issues in the metro area of Tulsa. And just thank the Lord that did not impact Tulsa at all. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if they issued this for 80-mile-per-hour winds. And I know this is a lofted winds. This may not be directly on the ground. But again, just to be on the safe side, maybe 80-mile-per-hour winds. But again, that might just be false information for people. Okay, yep, here we go. Ozarks, probably getting the warning right now. But National Weather Service decides to downgrade to 80-mile-per-hour winds. This includes southeastern Rogers, southwestern Delaware, Mays, eastern Wagoner, and Cherokee counties until 1:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. 80-mile-per-hour winds associated. They downgraded from 90-mile-per-hour winds to 80-mile-per-hour winds with that. Wow, that's a big area of 80-mile-per-hour winds. Holy moly. Okay. But I would still safely assume that the greatest threat for that is going to be on the northern half of that polygon. So, wow, that's a big area. Hold on, let me hear this real quick. Oh my lord. Okay, I apologize for folks that definitely got scared from that. I did definitely get scared of that too. But yeah, still tracking these 80-mile-per-hour winds. That's just been posted. Downgraded from 90 to 80-mile-per-hour winds instead. So unfortunately, the same areas that were hit by that last derecho event that produced close to 100 miles per hour is getting impacted once again from another wind event here. And this is not supposed to be a derecho event. This is supposed to be like I said, more of a isolated tornado threat, but not obviously a tornado outbreak of tornadoes, but just an isolated threat for a few spin-up tornadoes trying to occur. And look what we got. 90 mile per hour winds and 80 mile per hour winds that moved through the same area. Or moved through the same area that was last impacted by the last derecho event that came through Tulsa. Apologies. I'm just having a little bit of I got food next to me. And I'm trying to track these storms along as well. I'm also having a good break as well from this. Because I've been talking for so long already. And yeah, I'm glad they downgraded to 80 mile per hour winds now, cause not really seeing much of 90 mile per hour winds now with this event, or yeah, with this storm in particular. Oops. Still hearing thunder. I'm just gonna see what is happening. Let me just look on reflectivity real quick. Yeah, just some active showers and thunderstorms moving in the area right now. And yeah, still continue to watch these severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. Are still tracking across northeastern Oklahoma right now. About to move into parts of northwest Arkansas. I don't know, my friend Ozarks lives in Rogers, so just kind of hoping that this thing dies out before it reaches him, or at least somewhat more marginalized in terms of the threats wise. Yeah, oh my goodness, that voice crack. But yeah, wow. It still mind boggles me that we still had 90 mile per hour winds that plowed through northern Tulsa County and even to southern Rogers County, I believe. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's more of a 70 mile per hour wind gust event. Yeah, 80 seems to be a little too much now. I would not be surprised if they downgraded to. I wouldn't be surprised if they downgrade to 70 mile per hour winds. I'm not really seeing much of 80 miles per hour with this at all now. And looks like Ozarks has gone for the night, so which leaves me in progress with this coverage. which leaves me as a solo coverage. Now, once this drops to, if this drops to 70 mile per hour winds, or once Tulsa has decided to issue 70 mile per hour winds instead, or update to 70 mile per hour winds, then we'll end the stream. But the I have some good news though. The National Water Service in Springfield has decided to cancel severe storm watch for Bourbon, Cherokee, Crawford counties in Kansas, and Missouri, Barn, Benton, Hickory, St. Clair, and Vernon counties until 2 a.m. However, Barry, Camden, Cedar, Christian Day, Dallas, Dent, Douglas, Green, Howell, Jasper, Leclee, Lawrence, Marys, O'Donnell, Miller, Morgan, Newton, Oregon, Ozark, Phelps, Polk, Pulaski, Shannon, Stone, Taney, Webster, or Texas, Webster, and Wright goes in effect, still remains in effect until 2 a.m. And again, the counties I just called out that have been canceled from the severe thunderstorm watch is Bourbon, Cherokee, and Crawford, and then Barton, Benton, Hickory, St. Clair, and Vernon counties have been cleared from those severe thunderstorm watch. Okay, that's good news. So if you're in those counties, you can go off into bed. You can go off to bed now and just live life now. Whatever. But yeah, if you're still, again, yeah, you can see it in the stream here. The severe thunderstorm watch still remains in effect for pretty much all of southern Missouri, excluding the Boot-Hill of Missouri. But pretty much all of southern Missouri is still underneath a severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. And again, we're going to be watching these storms down here in east of Tulsa now. Because we had 90 mile per hour winds at one point. Maybe close to 100 miles per hour at one point. And we're still watching that right now. Oh yeah, still got 70 mile per hour winds with that. Okay. Just give me one more second here. Alright. If you're just now joining us, I'm currently doing a live severe coverage. I had multiple people with me, but they've all went for the night. So I'm currently the only one streaming this. From the SWIC BVL office here in Springfield, Missouri. We were live initially for 2 tornadic thunderstorms that were in effect earlier in Camdenton, near Camdenton area, and in the Fairview community of Taney County, but those have long expired long ago. Now we've shifted our focus now into northeast Oklahoma, where we still got the still ongoing 80 mile per hour winds. We initially had 90 mile per hour winds, as you can see right here, 90 mile per hour winds with this storm, and now it looks like it has downgraded maybe to 70 mile per hour winds now. I like to safely assume. But oh, we got a new severe storm warning, which does include Tulsa. Much broader area of wind. And they still it looks like they still maintain that 80-mile-per-hour winds for now. And again, just want to give folks a heads up. Like, if you're in Locust Grove, this is just basically coming on top of you right now. Chateau, it's being impacted right now. Sportsman Acres, gonna be impacted here in a bit as well. Pin Oaks Acres, Cedar Crest, Baloo, the Cherokee Turnpike that runs in out of the south side of Locust Grove. Actually, that's 412. Never mind, that's Highway 412. That runs in and out of Cherokee County into the Gregory community, where the next route is. So yeah, so we still got some damaging wind event going down here. And now just a blanket of severe thunderstorm. This looks to be just this is just basically a damaging wind event. If we just kind of switch back to reflectivity, just kind of show off the, what we're currently seeing on reflectivity. You can see two separate. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Two separate storms producing, I'd like 70, 80-mile-per-hour winds. All going to be moving to the northeast, or actually no, to the east, northeast, just like that. Just like that. Probably going to impact portions of southern Missouri, but this is definitely going to be impacting northwest Arkansas here, probably within the next 45 minutes to an hour. So, just folks heads up in northwest Arkansas. If you're in Benton, Carroll, Washington, and I always forget this county right here. Alright, I forget that county. Somebody remind me. Yeah, definitely need to be bears watching for this storm off to your west. And I know Ozarks, who is the head forecaster here, who is stationed in Rogers. Hopefully this does not ramp up to 90. Hopefully this does not ramp up to at least 80-mile-per-hour winds. Because if it does, then we're gonna have issues with him. Or that's gonna be with him. Hopefully in the next 45 minutes to an hour. But hopefully that does not occur. As it does reach there. So, just kind of watching that as time does progress more and more. And it is almost 1 a.m. here, Central Daylight Time, and we're still watching these severe thunderstorm warnings that continue to plow through northeast northeast Oklahoma. And still tracking these storms. Still got 80-mile-per-hour winds with that storm. 70-mile-per-hour winds with the other one. That's back behind this one. That's currently impacting Tulsa right now. If we're going to put on velocity. Actually, let's put on just the one window for now. So we look on velocity. And you can definitely see some very strong inbound winds heading towards the radar site. Indicated by the blue and the reds. Or actually indicated by the blues and greens. Reds and oranges and yellow indicate it. Outbound winds going away from radar. Strong inbound winds. Looks like this is going to be impacting the north side of Tulsa. If you're like north of Tulsa, on the northern panhandle of Tulsa, at Tulsa County. You're being impacted right now. Collinsville, Owasso, Tulsa International Airport probably gonna be impacted here and as well in a bit. In about let's say in about 5 minutes from now, maybe less than that actually. So keep watching that. And you can see that we got a 90 mile per hour SVR right here, but that is completely out of the polygon now. So, there's definitely not 90 mile per hour winds with this now. Probably 70 to 80, maybe 75 to 80 mile per hour winds with this storm now, as it does progress more eastward in northeast Oklahoma. This is gonna be, if it maintains its strength, it's gonna go into Benton and Washington County, Arkansas, within the next let's say about 30 to 45 minutes from now. And I think the movement is 40, unless they adjusted the speed on it. Okay, so it's moving 45 miles per hour now, so a little bit faster. Just a slight bit faster than the last time I saw this SVR. And again, numerous flash flood warnings in effect right now, and these storms are going to be trending over the same areas, and there's no doubt, because these storms are dumping lots and lots of rain, and they're going to be trending over the same areas. And I know there's a lot of flood-prone spots, and if you're in a flood-prone area, I would definitely seek higher ground, and come up with a strategized plan for you and your loved ones to avoid the high waters and the rushing gush of water. So definitely keep that in mind. And let's just kind of zoom back in a little bit to these storms here. I guess still watching these storms right now. And I'm might have to start shifting my focus on these storms right here, because looks like to have another potential 80 mile per hour winds trying to develop with this part of the storm right here. So hopefully we don't get that going, because that will be really bad. Because that's gonna be the same area where 90 mile per hour winds have occurred, and that's not gonna be good, because there might have been that part. So this part right here, if I circle this real quick, this is where mainly that 90 mile per hour winds occurred. And another batch of damaging winds about to plow through the same area. So if damage has already occurred in this circled area, more damage is likely to occur in this next round of damaging winds that's about to plow through, once again, the Claremore community and the other communities that I've circled within this circle here. And that's not going to be good for folks. Verdigris, Catoosa, Owasso being impacted right now, Valley Park. The I-44 corridor running through Rogers County, Oklahoma. So hopefully we don't see an upgrade in 80 mile per hour winds with this portion of the storm right here. Let me turn on the iron. There we go. Iron bot. I should just keep that open. Flash flood warning now for Benton and Carroll counties now.
Expected hazards include
Yeah, Tulsa is currently flooding the the feed here. Yeah, so flash flooding now occurring now in Benton County and parts of Carroll County now. So again, still destructive SVR with this still in effect. But I would not be surprised if Tulsa decides to downgrade it from 80 mile per hour winds to 70 mile per hour winds instead, because not really much in terms of the wind threat here. But again, that could change at any time. Okay, so what's okay, you know what? I know we have I know we have considerable damaging wind events right now. So since they've downgraded to 70 mile per hour winds, looks like I'm gonna have to end the stream here. And plus, I do have other things to do for now. So if we have any tornado warnings issued, that's when I'm usually live, is for tornado warnings. But since we have no active tornado warnings, we haven't had one since about an hour ago, for at least an hour now. So no tornado warnings have not been issued since then. And but we shifted our focus for a destructive SVR that produced 90 mile per hour winds that was located over the panhandle of Tulsa about 30 minutes ago. And now it's basically skirting northeast Oklahoma right now. And so that's where it is right now, the state of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tulsa decides to issue another severe thunderstorm warning for considerable damaging winds that may impact Benton County and into Washington County, Arkansas. So definitely keep on watching in that. Not officially in a warning for that. But the only warning you're in right now for Benton County and Carroll and I think Delaware County. Got a flash flood warning in effect right now, and this has just been posted several moments ago until 4 a.m. And again, you know, these storms are going to be trading over the same area. That's why we have numerous flash flooding warnings up here in this part of the world right here. And so definitely flash flooding is definitely a huge threat for tonight. But yeah, so dealing with these considerable threats of severe thunderstorm warnings here, plowing through northeast Oklahoma, and again, just gotta look on reflectivity. And we also have a severe thunderstorm watch that does include all of northeast Oklahoma. Okay, I was about to say if they issued 60 mile per hour winds, I would have freaked out again. But But it looks like they downgraded to 60-mile-per-hour winds. But yeah, like I said, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect. That remains in effect until 3 a.m. for northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. We also have another severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect until 2 a.m. for pretty much all of southern Missouri. Yeah, National Weather Service in Springfield decided to issue severe thunderstorm watch for Bourbon, Cherokee, and Crawford counties in Kansas. Barton, Benton, Hickory, St. Clair, and Vernon counties from the severe thunderstorm watch. So they canceled those counties from the severe thunderstorm watch. And again, all the pink areas that you see still remain in effect in that severe thunderstorm watch, and again until 2 a.m. But I would imagine they probably would expire it a little bit early than as scheduled. But yeah, I guess they'll probably let that severe thunderstorm watch just let it expire on its own. And yeah, just still continuing to watch these storms plowing through northeast Oklahoma right now. And yeah, so got all these are still producing 70-mile-per-hour winds. Actually, this storm up here is producing 60-mile-per-hour winds. This one producing 70-mile-per-hour winds. With this one right here, it was before for 90-mile-per-hour winds, but they've downgraded to 70-mile-per-hour winds for now. So hopefully we don't get 80-mile-per-hour winds that plow through northwest Arkansas, because that would be really bad. And for our head forecaster Ozarks, who is stationed in Rogers, so hopefully we don't get that tonight for him. So that'll be bad if that happens. And yeah, that is mainly it. We also have that one severe thunderstorm warning that is still in effect for Ozark County, but that's gonna expire in about 8 minutes, so nothing to worry about with that one. And again, still numerous showers and thunderstorms still occurring in our far eastern Missouri counties. And yeah, it's still got a little bit of a damaging wind threat likely to occur within the next 1 to 2 hours with this line of storms right here. Those looks like to be sub-severe at this time, but let me look at velocity just to make sure there's nothing there. And terrible radar coverage for velocity wise, but yeah. I would safely assume that there is no threat for any tornadic activities. Very, very low end threat of that. But again, no signs of rotation with any of these storms here in northeast Oklahoma with these storms here. And again, still got some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for northeast Oklahoma, and some storms now plowing through northwest Oklahoma or northwest Arkansas now. But yeah, that appears to be mainly it for now. If there happens to be a tornado warning, we will definitely be back on the air for it, hopefully on time. But chances of that happening definitely very slim, as I am approaching the end of my office hours here at the BVL office. So more than likely, I probably will not be going live after 2, because that's going to be the end of my office hours. And yeah, if we don't get any more tornado warnings between now and 2 a.m., then we will go live for that. But then for now, there is not going to be any coverage for now until we get a tornado warning. Again, if a tornado warning does occur between now until 2 p.m., then we will go live. Then, but yeah, as of now, there's no tornado warnings right now. But we were live again earlier for two tornado warnings that occurred near Camdenton, Missouri, and also near the Fairview community in eastern Taney County. And that's remnants of this storm right here. And that's it. That's the remaining bits of that storm that occurred that produced that tornado warning storm. And basically in its dying phase right now. So but again, the bottom line with this event, flash flooding, and it may be just a very, very, very low end threat of a tornado threat, but looks to be more of a flash flooding threat is occurring with this whole event for now, and the damaging wind event still occurring in northeast Oklahoma right now. And yeah, that's going to be mainly it with this event, with this whole event. But yeah, if again a tornado warning is issued between now until 2 p.m. we will be back live for tornado warning. So yeah, this is Raz here from the SWIC BVL office here in Springfield, Missouri. We will keep you guys advised if a tornado warning is issued. We'll keep you advised, and we'll be back live whenever a warning is issued, a tornado warning is issued.